This is the biggest mistake that people make in business, and it's actually going to stop you from making sales. If you make this one shift, I promise you that everything will change completely. This is so simple, yet so many people get it wrong. Even myself, when I first started out, I wasn't getting this right. And once I did make that shift, I saw a direct correlation from that shift into my business, into my sales. I was making much more sales, making much more money, yada, 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 what everybody wants. And that's selling the results, not selling the product. So many people don't do this. It's so silly. People don't want your product. People don't want your service. You might be confused, thinking, of course, what do you mean? Why would I not sell my product when that's what I'm offering? That's what people want. They don't want your product. They want the outcome that your product provides. So they want the outcome, not the process or not the product. Process, no. They want the outcome. You need to get this straight. And if you can get this right in your marketing, in your content, in your copy, then you're gonna make a lot more money because you're giving people exactly what they want. When I first started selling my boxing program, I had a boxing program online which I sold to almost 1,000 people all over the world, Australia, Japan, New Zealand, everywhere. What I started doing at the beginning, which was making it difficult for me to sell, I was saying, look, buy my chess boxing, because it was called Chess Boxing 101. Buy my chess boxing program. You're going to get 20 modules. You're going to cover the art of the jab. You're going to cover distance deception. People don't care about that. When I started saying, learn how to win your next fight and dominate in style. Now, I'm going to teach you how to win your next fight. Show you how to win your next fight. Like, if you're getting beat up in sparring, this is how you're going to stop getting beaten up in sparring. I'm selling the outcome, the result. This is what people want. I'm going to give you a perfect example. $100 million money models by Alex Hormozi. He just released his book. And what does it say on the front? How to flip and make money, mate. How to make money. Not the 4 different offer modules, because that's what he talks about in the book. He talks about the 4 different types of offers, like the upsell offer, the downsell. Nobody cares about that. They care about making bread, making money. And that's why this is actually broke the Guinness World Record for a book launch. That's how amazing that this one technique is. I call it a technique, like it's some secret art. There's one shift in your marketing. Sell the result, stop selling the product. So of course, once you get the product, you get the service, you have to have more depth to it. There has to be something in there, like a framework, a structure that people can follow in order to get the desired outcome. But people they don't want to see the process, because people are intrinsically lazy. I learned this from one of my copywriting friends. People are intrinsically lazy, so they prefer things that are quick, prefer things that are like snappy. So when you're selling something to someone, you don't sell them the long process, the long journey. You sell them the destination, where they're gonna go. When you're selling a holiday, if you see these airlines selling a holiday, they're not selling the 12-hour flight. They're selling the beach in the Bahamas or whatever that is. They're selling the sunshine and all of that, all of those things. That's what they're selling. You need to get very good at this. And I've got a couple of examples for you that we're gonna go over here. So example number 1 that I came up with, if you see an advert and it's got some moisturizing cream, it's a moisturizing cream, it helps your face look good, whatever it may be. They're not selling the ingredients in the cream. They're not even selling the chemicals. They're not selling none of this stuff. They're just selling the fact that it's gonna make you look and feel 10 years younger. That's what everybody wants, especially the women. That's what everyone wants. And finally, this is a really good example. So there was a massive campaign for Nike. It was called Dream Crazy by Colin Kaepernick. So this was literally pure result selling. They didn't even show the Nike logo, the Nike shoe for I don't even know if it was the whole advert at all. I don't even know if they showed it in the entirety of the advert. They were showing the feeling, the result, like what you're gonna get from it, like overcoming adversity, all of these things. They're selling the result of how you're gonna feel when you're wearing the product, or when you're purchasing the product, whatever it may be. So, as it says here in my notes, the ad's core message: believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. What is actually shown in the advert: footage of everyday athletes and world-class athletes overcoming extreme odds. Kids with disabilities becoming runners, a wrestler without legs winning matches, Serena Williams dominating tennis despite criticism. What's missing? Any detailed talk about shoe technology, fabric, or performance stats. What they're actually selling, the identity of somebody who believes in themselves against all odds, and an emotional high of pursuing greatness. The product or the shoe is almost background character. The result they're selling is personal empowerment and achievement. So when you're selling your 20 module course, don't sell the 10 module course. Sell the fact that I'm going to teach you how to make money. I'm going to teach you how to scale your business to 5K a month. Now, what I'm teaching people, I'm going to teach them how to build their personal brand and make money from it. I'm going to teach them how to quit their job. I'm going to teach them how to gain freedom. This is what you need to focus on. Some practical advice now is you need to actually figure out what people do want, and then you want to market that to them. So your product, your service, it should get them the result, of course, but figure out what they want first, and then you create your program, you create your service to get them to that result. And now you just market the result. That's why market research is so important. Some of the best market research that I got is when I launched my program, I didn't launch it publicly. I launched it privately, and I took on a lot of clients. Some of them I took them on for cheaper, because I knew that if I can get enough data from these clients, I can make a really good product, a really good service. Now my blueprint to help people like get to that desired result is actually so good. Like if you follow it step by step, there's no doubt in my mind that you're going to get the result. But it didn't come overnight. It came from practicing, from getting feedback, from adapting things, from changing things, etc. Looking at these feedback loops. But now that I've got the data, now that I've got the feedback, I can just market the end result. Before I wasn't marketing that because I didn't really know the end result. Now I know the end result is very clear, and I can market that to people. So you guys need to do this in your business. Sell the result, not the product. Like this is one of the biggest things that people do. There was an interview with Craig Valentine, and they asked him, what did they ask him? They asked him, what final message do you have for everyone? He said, if you want to master public speaking, then sign up to my 52 tips, whatever it may be. He said, if you want to master public speaking. He didn't say, sign up to my weekly newsletter, but I'm going to send you a tip every single week for 52 weeks. He said, if you want to master public speaking, sign up to my 52 tips, which is obviously 52 weeks. So that is more enticing. That's going to get a better result than saying, oh, sign up to my weekly newsletter, but I'm going to spam you with emails every single week. No one's going to sign up. So start selling the result. Look at all of your products, look at all of your services, and make sure that you're doing that in your marketing. Even like for something so very small. Say you're doing a webinar or you're doing a speech. Instead of saying, I'm going to teach you guys today, say, today you guys are going to learn. You're going to walk away with this. So this is what they're going to get. They're going to talk about the outcome they're going to get, not what you're going to be teaching them. So in this video, I hope you guys gain some sort of benefit. Apply it to your business. As always, there's no point just watching my videos and that's it. This is real practical stuff. So I'm not Alex Hormozi, but I am Yassine Ramsey. And I've done these things in my own businesses, and I've scaled to 5, 10K, even 20K months. So this is not all like theory. This is literally practical stuff. Nothing that I teach is theory. Everything that I teach is something that I've done, something that I've researched as well. Not just research. So I have to have done it, or at least taught a client how to do it. At least that's the minimum requirement. Of course, you can't do everything. I'm not an octopus. I've only got 2 arms, mate. You get what I'm saying? So sell the result, not the product. Very important. And if you guys want to learn how to use your personal brand to actually make money and turn it into a profitable business, scale your online coaching, scale your in-person coaching, whatever service or offer you may have, all you got to do is go to the description down below. There's a link. You can apply to work with me. Learn how to escape your 9 to 5. Learn how to get that freedom that you've always wanted. Work with me one-to-one. And as you guys can see, look, selling the result. I'm not selling the product. I'm not saying, look, go down below to get my 8-week program where you work with me one-to-one and we jump on a Zoom. Nah, learn how to quit your 9 to 5. Learn how to make money online.